جونز يقول أنه غير مهتم بقتال توم أسبينال بعد التغلب على ستيبي ويفضل قتال أليكس بيريرا.
When you did get a title shot, Shogun Rua was a guy that you really admired, and he gave you that opportunity to win the title. What's the difference between that and Tom Aspinall now coming up, with you being the big dog in the yard and him kind of being the young upstart, even though he is the interim champion, he has beaten a lot of the top 10 heavyweights right now. But what do you see as the difference between Shogun giving you a shot and you giving Aspinall a shot?
Well, I've always been a person to move on my own terms. I march to the beat of my own drum, and I just don't want to be one of those athletes who sticks around forever. I'm 37 years old, which is old for combat sports. If we were talking golf or basketball, it'd be different. But I fight for a living, and I don't think the fans realize my body and what I've put it through over the years. We're also putting our brain on the line, so I've been doing it for a very long time. I've been fighting for a very long time at the absolute highest level, and I just don't feel like I'm in a position to have to fight much longer. I want to fight guys who have legacies that's worth challenging. And Tom simply doesn't have a legacy that's worth getting me out of bed. He's not that important to me. It's not really a big deal to me. Now, Alex Pereira, on the other hand, that guy is a multiple-time world champion. He's a two-division champion like myself. He's the person that I believe will be, I want to use the word worthy of being in there with me. I get that Tom's exciting and that a lot of young fans would love to see me challenged. But I've been doing that literally my whole career. I've been the main event my whole career. I've fought the #1 contender my whole career. And Tom's late. So it's just, right now, if I were to do it again, it would be against Alex Pereira, just because he actually has a resume worthwhile.
جون قال أيضا أنه مستعد للتخلي عن لقب الوزن الثقيل وقتال أليكس بيريرا على حزام الBMF.
If anybody has the choice between Jon Jones retiring or Jon Jones fighting Alex Pereira, I think everybody's taking the latter choice. The big question, I think, in people's minds are, does the heavyweight title have to be on the line here? Because the heavyweight title, I think, with an interim champion, that's what people are kind of hung up on, is the unification of that title. Would you say relinquish the title and then fight Alex Pereira at just a heavyweight feature fight, or go back down to light heavyweight? What's your mindset on the interim championship being kind of a hang-up?
Well, the interim championship shouldn't have been there in the first place. The only reason why there was an interim championship fight was because I got hurt and they needed to keep the importance of that Madison Square Garden event. But Sergey and Aspinall shouldn't have been fighting for an interim title in the first place. They should have just been a replacement fight, just a main event fight. I think making it an interim fight was premature. And now you have a bunch of confused people. When you have a dominant champion that's been around as long as I have, there was no reason to put an interim championship belt out there. So that's the repercussion of Madison Square Garden last year.
So would you care if a title was on the line against Alex Pereira?
It'd be cool to fight over the heavyweight championship, but I would also willingly give up the heavyweight championship. I walked away from the light heavyweight championship, and I'd love to walk away from this one as well, on top, on his own terms. Fighting Pereira for the Banff belt, that'd be cool. We both have 2 belts in 2 weight classes, and the night we fought, we'd be both fighting for our 3rd belt.
عبر أليكس بيريرا عن إعجابه بالفكرة، حيث نشر ستوري على انستغرام لصورة دانا وايت وحزام الBMF. توم أسبينال يقول أن جونز بطل مزيف وأنه يتهرب منه.
For me, and I'm seeing online for a lot of other people, this is far from undisputed. This is the most disputed title that you can possibly get, because there's 2 champions, and one of the champions, Jon Jones, is avoiding the other champion, me. And he's chose to fight a 42-year-old Stébi, who's had a fantastic career. Both guys have had a fantastic career, great legacy. But let's be honest, these are 2 old farts fighting each other for a title and occupying it, which is a bit weird. Nobody that I can see really gives a shit about this fight. It's just like a weird situation that like people are starting acting surprised. Oh, John's a duck, this, that, and the other. John Jones ducked Francis Ngannou for 3 years. Like, don't be surprised that this guy always takes fights where he's at the advantage.
أليكس فولكونوفسكي يقول أن جون جونز عليه قتال توم أسبينال إن كان يود أن يعتبر بطل حقيقي لفئة الوزن الثقيل.
The Tom Aspinall fight is the fight everyone wants to see. You want to be a heavyweight champion, you want to claim that crown. It's going to be hard to convince me you're a defending champ if you don't fight Tom Aspinall while he's the interim champ. Does Jon Jones even need to do this? No, he's already got an incredible legacy. But if you want to claim the heavyweight division, say you were a proper double champ, you've got to fight Tom Aspinall. If you really want that on your resume saying that I'm the best heavyweight while I was there, you have to fight Tom Aspinall. I think he is definitely the biggest threat. The wrestling everywhere, he can be, dangerous everywhere. I know there's talk of him maybe doing a Pereira fight. A win over Pereira right now would be massive. That's probably one of the biggest fights you could do right now. So I can see why he's pointing that, but get rid of the heavyweight belt then.
مايكل بيسبن يعطي رأيه الصريح حول قتال جون جونز وستيبي.
Talk as well about, Stipe being old. Of course, he's 42, okay? He's a heavyweight though. Look at what some of these older fighters have been able to do. And he's had 3.5 years off. Yeah, but the 3.5 years away, I believe, will be a blessing for Stipe. He's had time away, mentally and physically to rest, to recover. Listen, the last image that everybody had of Stipe was getting knocked out against Francis Ngannou. Right? And a lot of people that are new to the sport don't realize who Stipe Miocic is. Mm-hmm. He's big, he's strong, he's got tremendous wrestling. If John thinks he's just going to go in there and out wrestle him the way that he did Cyril Gane, I think he's in for an absolute shock. Doesn't hit as hard as Stipe. He's going to struggle to take him down. John's longer, but not much. I mean, John is fast, he's tricky, he's good, he's got unique entries and all the rest of it. He's crafty, he comes with a good game plan. We know all of this. But still, when it comes down to it, I just can't see a world where Jon Jones goes out there and he's bossing Stipe around the octagon easily, like he did against Cyril Gane.
نيكال يقول أنه انبهر بقتال حمزة وروبرت ويديكر ويقول أنه سيقاتله عاجلا أم آجلا.
I guess first off, his fight against Whitaker was really impressive. To see somebody do that to a veteran, a guy who's been champion, defended his belt, that's an incredible feat. So, watching the fight, felt very impressed. And I think that every time I fight, we get closer. He's obviously quite a ways ahead of me, and I'm just looking to catch up. And it seems like, as you said, that's kind of an inevitable thing. And as long as I keep winning and he keeps winning, then we'll make it work. I've always had a lot of respect for him. I never felt like calling him out was a disrespectful thing. It's like I think he's the best, so that's the guy I want to fight.
فيديو لجون جونز وبونيكال وهما يتصارعان وديا.
Yeah, you feel it. I can't let you get too close. Where you at, Bo? What's up? You coming down right now? Oh.
Stand over here.
Hang on. I'll get your legs this time. Yeah, you feel it. Where you at, Bo? What's up? You coming down right now? Oh.
سيرفي بافلوفيتش يقوم بإسقاط كيس الملاكمة بضربة واحدة. في النهاية أصدقائي، لا تنسوا الاشتراك والضغط على زر اللايك لتصلكم آخر أخبار ال MMA.